In this tutorial in Cyberlink PowerDirector, we'd like to show you how to create scrolling credits where you leave a thought or a phrase orphaned on the screen for people to ponder. I'd like to show you a quick example of what this looks like, and then we'll get back to the tutorial. In this tutorial, we started out with two tracks. We have on track number 1, a video, an animated video of the Earth in space. And then on the bottom track, we have our theme music. So what we want to do is, first of all, go into the title room, and I already clicked on it with the T or the F7 key. I'll drag down to My Title and put it in track number 2. Then I'm going to increase the duration to be about 80% of my little video clip, because we're going to split it when we're done at the timeline marker at 20 seconds and 10 frames. That's where my music ends. So now that I have my title, I need to go to the title designer. I'm going to go ahead and edit that, and what I want to do is replace the words my title with my credits. I went ahead into Microsoft Word and typed in some of the text I want. I'll highlight the first part of it and do Control-C to copy. Then I'll minimize it, and then I'll paste it from the clipboard by highlighting and do Control-V to paste. Now the next thing I want to do is a Control-A to highlight all the text, and then we're going to change the font size here. I could change other attributes, but for the sake of the tutorial I won't. We will settle on a font size of 16, and that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to keyframe this. I'm going to turn on the arrow to the left of the title, and we're going to do a position keyframe to start with. So I'll click my diamond. It sets a keyframe. I'm going to move this. I want to move this down off the screen. I'm going to minimize this just a bit, and we're going to do a horizontal center to make sure it's aligned. So that's my first keyframe. And then I need the last keyframe, so I'm going to move to the end of this clip. And this one will be, I'll move it up off the screen, and I'll horizontal center it again so it is properly adjusted. And then when I go ahead and play this segment, we will see the text scroll from one end to the other. Okay, so that part's done. That's good. The next thing I want to do is do the same thing again. I'm going to take a My Title, and we're going to overlap this. I want it to end where the music ends, and we'll have to adjust this a little bit here. But if I start maybe about there, okay, this will be my second one. So what I'm going to do is double click on it, go to the edit mode, and then we'll highlight this. We'll go back to our word processor where we have the last thing we want to put on here, this item here. Do Control-C to copy, minimize it, and we'll do Control-V back here into My Title to paste it. And then selecting this text again, let's go ahead and use the same font size. And now we're going to do the same method with it. I'm going to keyframe it. So I'm going to set a position keyframe at the beginning. Before I do that, I want this to fade out. So I'm going to shorten it a little bit on the back end, and I'll go to my effects area, and I'll do an ending effect, and we'll select a fade. Okay, so that will fade out at the end. Now I'm going to do some keyframing. We'll make sure our play is at the beginning, and we'll go ahead and set a keyframe. And then we'll move over And we'll set a second keyframe. Now, the second keyframe is where I want it to stop. And if I want it about here, we're going to center this as well, horizontal center. Or I can even align it with the left of the other text if I want. I might actually do that. We'll line it up to the left side of the text. So I have two keyframes. Now, what I have, the next step is to adjust the speed of these. So I want them to mimic one to mimic the other. So my starting effect position is going to have to be down here. Give myself a little more room. And let's play it in the preview screen, see what happens. It's going too fast, so all that means is I just need to slow it down. The way you do that is you increase the distance between the keyframes. And let's see if it's a little better this time. That's pretty good. Get out of my preview mode. Go back onto the preview screen. Let's turn this to a different color. We'll go back on our object tab. We'll make it yellow so it stands out. I'll take Mr. Asimov and make that right aligned. And let's see, we can change that to orange for fun here. And click on OK. And so when we go back to our main screen, I don't need my title room anymore. Let's play the clip and see what it looks like.